Now, Ami, I've got to ask you about this. I don't want to, but the producers are insisting that we talk about Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce announcing their engagement. It's no secret Donald Trump is not a massive fan of Taylor Swift. She's campaigned against him. And I think the press thought they were going to get a nasty response when they asked him about this engagement, but he kept it very civilised.
Well, I wish him a lot of luck. No, I think he's a great player. I think he's a great guy, and I think that she's a terrific person. So I wish them a lot of luck.
Very gracious, very, very generous there. Ami, how long are you giving this union?
Forever, Rita. What? Rita, you're such a cynic, and I am a hopeless romantic, okay? Look, if a hard-partying football player and a boy-crazy singing billionaire can't make it in this crazy world, I don't know who can.
Well, I'm just hoping for just 2 or 3 top-selling albums post-breakup, because that's where she does her best material. And I think a lot of fans no, I'm kidding. Of course we want them to be living happily ever after. We're very heavily invested in this. Before you go, earlier in the week, I talked about what a funny president Donald Trump is. Whether you love him or hate him, you cannot deny his comedic timing is superb. And I think that's rubbing off on other senior members of the administration. Here is Secretary of State Marco Rubio making a joke about Labor Day.
For me personally, this is the most meaningful Labor Day of my life as someone with 4 jobs. And so... It's true.
Even POTUS like that one, Army?
Yeah, look, while the material was funny, no question about it, so was the delivery, I'm not a big fan. Look, there's only one stand-up comedian in the White House, and that's the president. I don't want Rubio taking anything away from the comic-in-chief, President Donald Trump. So, yeah, look, let's leave it to the president. He's the guy who's funny. Give him the airtime.
Army, before you go, I've got to ask you about our Defence Minister being in town. He's in DC meeting with Pete Hegseth, Marco Rubio, hopefully the Vice President as well. How much excitement and news coverage is there of Australia in this big meeting?
I'll let you a little secret, Rita. No one cares and no one knows about it. Sorry.
No, surely people are just stopping in the streets and saying, when is Anthony Albanese going to get a one-on-one meeting with the president? Because our Prime Minister still has not had a one-on-one meeting with the president. That's not very nice, because we are supposed to be allies, Army.
When I get stopped in the streets and people recognize me from the Rita Panahi show, their number one question is, why doesn't Albanese get more FaceTime with President Trump? Number one question. Kid you not.
I believe you 100%. Ami Horowitz, thank you so much for your time.